Hello, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday with Maple Tree Cancer Alliance. Whether you're newly diagnosed, undergoing treatment, or in recovery, this conversation is for you. I'm Miranda, an exercise oncology educator, and today's conversation is on when to progress in cardio training. Following our conversation, please stick around for some gentle movement. The information in this video is for educational purposes only, and it's important to consult with your medical team for more in-depth guidance and advice. Knowing when to level up your cardiovascular fitness. First, I think it's important to cover what cardio training is and what the purpose of it is. Cardio training, short for cardiovascular and also known as aerobic training, is any exercise that elevates your heart rate. The purpose of it is it strengthens your cardiovascular system by increasing oxygen flow and improving stamina and lung capacity. We call it cardio because it's good for your heart. According to the American Heart Association, it's recommended that adults get at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic activity each week. So what is cardio progression? Progressing your exercise means to change it to make it more challenging. Some common ways to progress cardio activity is to increase the amount of time you perform the exercise, also known as duration. You can make the exercise you're doing more vigorous. You can increase the amount of times per week you perform the exercise, or you can try a different type of exercise that allows you to achieve the same goal. So why is progression important? Our bodies are made to adapt to change. If something is challenging at first, after doing it for a given amount of time, it will become easier. For example, if you start jogging every morning, you may feel breathless, your heart rate will be in your target heart rate zone, you might fatigue towards the end, as where if you've been doing it for a while, after you've had that adaptation, you'll not breathe as heavily, your heart rate may not reach your target heart zone, and then when you're done, you may feel like you can keep going. Progression prevents you from plateauing. Without progression, if you're no longer challenging your cardiovascular system, you will not be receiving effective benefits from the activity that you're performing. So in the last slide, I mentioned that if an exercise is hard enough and it's challenging your cardiovascular system, you'll probably be in your target heart rate zone, as where if you've adapted and it's now too easy, then you may not be reaching that target heart rate zone. So let's talk about some tools to measure your response to exercise, starting with how to find your target heart rate zone. So target heart rate zone is the heart rate zone that allows you to determine if you're working at an appropriate intensity. So if you want to be working at a moderate intensity, then you want to be working at about 50 to 70% of your maximal heart rate. If you want to be working at a vigorous or high intensity, then you want to be working at about 70 to 85% of your maximum heart rate. So how do you find your maximum heart rate? And then from there, how do you find your target heart rate zone? So using this chart from the American Heart Association as a guide can help you to determine your maximum heart rate. So you see here, you choose your age, and then it will tell you what your target heart rate zone would be from 50 to 85%. Remember, keeping in mind, moderate intensity is 50 to 70, high intensity is 70 to 85%. And then it tells you your age predicted maximum heart rate. So I am 25. So I would choose 20 years, meaning my target heart rate zone is 100 to 170 beats per minute because my maximum heart rate is 200 beats per minute. You never want to go over your maximum heart rate. And if you're just starting out, you may want to aim a little lower at about 50% of your maximum heart rate and progress from there. Another really helpful tool that you can use when determining or measuring your response to exercise is the modified Borg RPE scale. RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion, so you can use this chart to ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do I feel my body is working during exercise? So while you're exercising, if you say I'm a 1 out of 10, that probably means you're doing very light activity, pretty much anything other than complete rest. Or you can be all the way up to a 10 out of 10, which means you're doing maximal effort. It feels impossible to continue at this point that you're asking yourself, and you're completely out of breath and you're unable to talk. So what are some signs that you might be ready to progress? First, if the answer to all of these questions is yes, then you may be ready. Does your heart rate stay below your target training zone during the peak of the aerobic exercise? Do you have a lower rate of perceived exertion than you used to when performing the same exercise? And are you completing current workouts with ease? How often should you be progressing? So first you have the improvement stage. If you're new to regular exercise in the first 3 to 6 months, you may find yourself ready to progress every 2 to 3 weeks typically. But if you're in the maintenance stage, then after about 6 months of regular exercise, you may find that your rate of progression has slowed and it may take place less often. What are some safe ways to progress in cardio? So it's recommended that you follow the 10% rule, which means you increase cardio by no more than 10% every time you progress. You can increase by 10% in duration, which is the length of time you perform the exercise, in speed or grade/resistance. So turn your walk into a slow jog, or if you're walking at a 0% incline, you can increase to about a 1 or 2% incline. Or you can increase frequency, which is just adding an additional day of aerobic activity into your weekly routine. Venture into interval or speed training to further progress. Once you've reached the maintenance stage, it gives a little bit more variability and variety and a little bit more option when deciding when to progress. To wrap up our video, I do want to cover when not to progress. So let's go over some signs that your body gives you that maybe you shouldn't be progressing. First is if you are experiencing persistent fatigue or burnout. If you are having signs of overtraining, so this includes severe muscle pain, fatigue, unexpected weight changes, increased feelings of anxiety, or getting more sick than usual. Of course, as we always say, if you're experiencing illness, injury, pain, discomfort, anything kind of out of the ordinary like that, it's never a good time to progress. And also, if you are experiencing irregular sleep or poor nutrition, it may not be the best time to progress. Thank you for being a part of our conversation on when to progress in cardio training. I hope that the information that we've covered has brought you some clarity and comfort. Your health and well-being are what matters most, so please continue to take care of yourself, stay informed, and remember that hope is always present. Now let's transition into some gentle movement to further support your journey.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, your exercise oncology instructor with Maple Tree Cancer Alliance. Welcome to our 12-week progressive HIIT exercise program designed to increase your energy as well as your muscular strength and endurance. Throughout this program, movements will either be completed standing, using a sturdy chair for balance, or on the floor. In some instances, you may need a solid object like a broom handle or a wall. This week, you will only need a pair of dumbbells. During each exercise, remember to keep your shoulders back and engage your core the entire time. Don't hold your breath and never push to a point of pain. For each weekly workout, we will begin with 10 reps of each movement back to back, rest for 30 seconds, and then reduce by 1 rep each time until we reach 1 rep of each movement. So 10 reps the first time through, 9 reps the second time through, 8 reps the third time through, and so on until you reach 1 rep for each exercise. The following exercises are meant to be pain-free. If you experience any pain from these movements, please skip the movement or stay in a pain-free range of motion. Let's get started. Let's begin with a warm-up. So we're going to be standing up. Let's go ahead and reach up overhead. Stretch up nice and tall. Take some deep breaths. Let's go ahead and drop our right arm and we're gonna lean over to the right side. Hold here for just a few seconds. Reach back up with both arms. Drop the left arm, we'll go over to the left side. Hold it here. Let's reach back up. Let's do one more time on each side. Over to the right. And back up. Reach and over to the left. All right, reaching up, let's go ahead and slowly fold forward. Legs are pretty close together. Let's touch our toes if we can. If not, you can rest on your shins. Whatever feels good. We're gonna hold here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, let's stand back up. Good, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna do some slow high knees, so we can do hands on our hips. Just go ahead and bring your knee up, nice and slow. Get your hips moving. Just do these on your own pace. If you need a chair for some balance or the wall, you can move to that space. Good. All right, I'm gonna turn to the side to show you this next stretch. We're gonna kick our right leg out, bend your left knee, and lean down in for the back of your leg here. Toe is pointed up to the ceiling. And you can also balance on the wall here if you need to as well. Good, let's go ahead and switch. Down, left toe is pointed up, right knee is bent. Good, let's go ahead and stand back up. We're gonna do some arm swings now. Just across your body on your own. And then when you're ready, go ahead and catch that right arm across your body, palm is facing towards the ceiling. Pull it in. You should feel a good stretch in your shoulder here. Good, now let's do a big swing. Switch to the left side, palm is facing the ceiling. Good. All right, let's go ahead and switch one more time. And one more on the left side. Good. Let's do arms out to the sides. We're gonna do arm circles, forward. You can do some little ones and then make them bigger. Good, getting your shoulders warmed up. All right, now let's go backwards, little ones. Make them a little bit bigger. Good. All right, let's get our wrists stretched out. So go ahead and stick your right hand out in front of you. Fingers are pointed up towards the ceiling. We're gonna take our left hand and grab onto our fingers and pull back towards our body. We'll hold this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And point your fingers down to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, let's switch. Left fingers are pointed up towards the ceiling and pull back towards your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And point them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna move into the HIIT section of this workout. Like I said in the intro, we're going to do 5 different exercises. We're gonna do them back to back. It'll be 10 reps the first time. Second time we go through, we'll go down to 9 reps. Third time we'll go down to 8 reps, and we'll just knock a rep off each time until we get to just 1 rep. And after we finish all 5 of them, we'll take a 30-second break, and then we'll go through again, taking a rep off each time. So I'll show you the 5 exercises before we get started. You can use a pair of dumbbells if you would like. You can use some objects you have at home, or you can go without weight if that's how you're feeling today. The first one is going to be a suitcase squat. So we're gonna have dumbbells in our hands down by our sides. Feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, and we're going to squat down and stand back up with the dumbbells by our sides. The second exercise is going to be a reverse fly. So I'll turn to the side to show you. You're gonna hinge at your hips, back is gonna be straight. Arms and dumbbells are going to hang down in front of you, and you're going to bring your arms out to the side, squeezing your shoulder blades in the back and bringing them down. The third exercise is a reverse lunge, and we're going to do 10 reps on each leg and then 9 reps on each leg. So you can hold your dumbbells for this if you'd like. We'll step back into a lunge and switch, and that will be 1 rep. The fourth exercise is a Russian twist, and you could use a dumbbell for this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. You'll just be down on your bottom. You can also do this in a chair if you don't want to get down on the ground. We're going to lean back, engage our core. You can keep heels on the ground or you can pick them up. And we're just going to do hands in front of us and twist to the side. And then the last exercise is going to be a bicep curl. So arms down by your sides, elbows are tucked in. We're going to curl up and back down. So that's all 5 exercises. And we are going to go ahead and get started. When you are ready, let's get in position for the suitcase squat. And let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's go ahead and move right into reverse flies. Arms are down in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's go into reverse lunges. You can drop the dumbbells if you need to. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Good. Let's go ahead and get down on the ground for Russian twists. When you're ready, keep that core nice and engaged. I'm going to keep my heels on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. One more exercise, and then we can take a break. 10 bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, and 10. Awesome. Set those dumbbells down and take a break. Get some water. Luckily, each time we're going to knock a rep off, so it should feel a little easier this time, but I think you're still going to be tired. All right. Walk around a little bit. Keep your heart rate up. We've got 5 seconds. We're going to get started again. Grab those dumbbells. And 9 reps. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Awesome. Move into reverse flies for 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Awesome. Let's move into reverse lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, last one, and 9. Awesome. Drop those dumbbells. Let's do Russian twist for 9. Lean back, keep that core tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Awesome. Last one. Stand up for bicep curls. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Awesome. 30-second rest. Set those dumbbells down, get some water. You are doing great. We've got 8 rounds left, and that might seem like a lot, but we're cutting reps off every time, so it's gonna go by quicker every time. All right. Make sure you're getting some water. If 30 seconds isn't a long enough break for you, that is totally okay. You can pause the video. Let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells. We're gonna get back into it for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Reverse flies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. Awesome. Down on the ground for Russian twists. All right, when you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Back up for bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, another 30-second break. Shake your legs out a little bit if you need to. Walk around a little bit. Do some stretching. You're doing great. All right, 5 more seconds. Let's go ahead and get prepped with our dumbbells. We're doing 7 reps now. When you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. Reverse flies for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Awesome. Reverse lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more on each side, and 7, awesome. Drop down for Russian twists. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and back up for bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Awesome. Set those dumbbells down for your 30-second break. Make sure you're drinking some water. Wipe your sweat away if you need to. You're doing an awesome job. We're almost to the halfway point. All right, this next one is going to be 6 reps. We've got 5 seconds left, so let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells. Get ready for our suitcase squat. And let's go for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Reverse lunges for 6, or reverse flies, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now reverse lunges for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Awesome. Let's drop down for Russian twists. All right, when you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Awesome. Up for 6 bicep curls. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Great job. Go ahead and rest for 30. All right. We are almost there. These last 5 are going to go so quick. You've got it. I believe in you. All right. Take some deep breaths. Fix your hair if you need to. We've got 5 seconds. Grab your dumbbells. Get ready for your suitcase squat. And let's go for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Reverse flies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Reverse lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Set your dumbbells down. 5 Russian twists. Lean back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Back up for bicep curls. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great job. Dumbbells down for a breather. Get some water. We've just got 4 left. And I know you're getting tired, but make sure you're keeping your form good. You don't want to rush through just because you're getting tired. We've got 5 seconds left. Grab your dumbbells. Get ready. We're doing 4 reps this time. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Switch to reverse flies. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Reverse lunges. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Down for Russian twists. When you're ready, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Back up for bicep curls. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Awesome. Oh, I told you these last ones would just fly through. We've just got 3 more rounds left. So the next one is going to be just 3 reps of each of them. You're doing an awesome job. We are almost there. All right. We've got 5 seconds left. Go ahead and grab your dumbbells. 3 reps this time. Get ready for your suitcase squat. And 1, 2, 3. Good. Reverse flies. 1, 2, 3. Good. Reverse lunges. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Down for Russian twists. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And back up for bicep curls. 1, 2, and 3. Great job. Oh, we're almost there. So close. Enjoy this 30-second rest. Make sure you're getting your water. Don't forget. Take some deep breaths. All right, 5 seconds left. Grab your dumbbells, get ready for your suitcase squat. We've got 2 reps this time. And 1, 2, reverse fly. 1, 2, reverse lunge. 1, and 2. Good. Russian twist. 1, and 2. And back up for bicep curls. 1, and 2. Oh, great job. 1 more round, and it's going to be so quick. 1 rep of each exercise. You've done so great. I'm sure you're tired. I'm sure you're sweaty, but we are so close to being done. All right. Let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells. 1 last round. Get set in your suitcase squat and down for 1. Good. 1 reverse fly. 1. Good. 1 reverse lunge. 1. Down for Russian twists. 1. And back up for bicep curls. 1. Oh, all right. You can set those dumbbells down. We are done with the hip part of this workout. Let's go ahead and move into our cool down. Let's get into a wide leg stance. Reach up nice and tall. Take some deep breaths. Good. Let's put our hands on our hips and lean back a little bit. Stretch out your back. Awesome. Let's keep our legs wide and we're going to reach down for the ground. Touch the ground if you can. You can grab your ankles. Hold here for a few seconds. Good. Let's plant one hand on the ground. We'll do right hand on the ground. Left arm comes up and we'll twist to the left. Good. And switch. Good. Let's go ahead and stand back up. We'll do hands behind our head. Squeeze your shoulder blades together for elbow winging. Good. Release. And go back. Awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me for week 1 of this HIT program, and I will see you next week.